My advice to any disabled person out there is to be unapologetically yourself. This is an integral part of you, whether you realize it or not. And until you put your foot down, or your wheel down, people aren't going to accept that if we have the appropriate accommodations, if we're treated as equals, then we too will flourish. My name is Samantha Jade Durán, and I'm advocating for a more iconic and inclusive future for all disabled people. I have an extremely rare disease called Maffucci syndrome, and it caused me to be born with bone tumors all over my body and vein tumors in my hands and feet, and they're extremely painful. I've had 18 surgeries and counting since the age of 6. The thought of baby Sam navigating this super extremely ableist world alone is probably what keeps me posting content. Ableism still permeates almost, well, literally every aspect of society. But thanks to social media, so many people have access to content like mine and other disabled creators. I do a variety of disability-related content, ranging from disability rights, adaptive fashion, inter-abled relationships, life hacks as a disabled and chronically ill person. And naturally, being a fashionista, I would dress really cute and out there, and I'd get a lot of compliments. So eventually, I just started making fashion content because that is one of my interests. I think a lot of people, when they think of fashion, you're thinking of a runway. All of the models are walking. But as a wheelchair user, I spend the majority of my day sitting or lying down. And unfortunately, as wheelchair users, we have to think about the practicality of clothing, but that doesn't mean we have to sacrifice the iconicism, the iconery of our looks. I've had a lot of people message me in the past telling me that I've encouraged them to wear whatever they want and just be fully unapologetically disabled. And every time I read those comments, I literally cry. It warms my heart that I'm being that person that I needed when I was younger. There's definitely a stigma when it comes to using mobility aids. A lot of people think in absolutes when it comes to mobility aids, and they assume that wheelchair users can't walk at any capacity, and that's simply not true. The majority of wheelchair users can walk, myself included, but it's very limited. A lot of times people say wheelchair bound. If anything, my wheelchair gives me freedom. Mobility aids aren't limiting, they're freeing. You'll be in less pain, you'll have less fatigue. You'll be able to do so much more than you presently do, and you'll be less miserable. People have this erroneous preconceived notion of what disability is and what it looks like, and I simply do not fit those molds. I'm changing people's perceptions of disability one post at a time.